My fellow Nigerian, how's it going? I was by myself over the weekend when I was greeted with this story. So, turns out that a man was arrested whilst boarding a flight at Heathrow on his way to Turkey, I think. He was arrested with £400,000 in his possession. £400,000. It's not small money, but it got me thinking. In terms of money, particularly money that one just happens to come across. If I was by myself and I just saw a stash of money somewhere, what would I do? And that's the question I'm posing to my fellow Nigerian. If you saw this sum of money laying somewhere, what would be your first reaction before common sense has its way with your life? That is what has influenced my art today. I'll let you think about that for a moment, and then I'll show you some of the art that I am working on. So the plan is to make an art for lost and found, which is a phrase I have heard a lot growing up in Nigeria, the whole concept of lost and found. So let's see if I can get something like that designed. So usually, when I want to make art of this nature, I would first of all just outline it, and it's just a simple outline, just to trace out what exactly I'm trying to say. So that's step one. Let's look at step two, which is then putting more flesh to the letters. Okay, so that's me done with first stage, just a skeleton. Second stage, you start to flesh it out. Third stage is when I put in the pen work. But let's have a question to follow that. So that's $100,000. And some people will say, God forbid, never my case. That's fine. But let's go down memory lane. Growing up as a Nigerian, how was it when you saw money on the floor? Now, superstition aside, we would see 10 kobo, when kobo was something back then. We would see 10 kobo. And when you see 10 kobo, you will say to yourself, oh, who dropped this money? Or at least I would say to myself, who dropped this money? And then we had the superstition that if you walk over the money, maybe you'll turn into a goat or something. People never turned into goats, at least not to my knowledge, but But when you didn't walk over the money, did you pick up the money and put in your pocket and claim it as your own? Lost and found, though. Be honest now. Let's not even say maybe it's 1 kobo. 1 kobo is small. 5 naira. Did you pick it, pocket it, or did you return it somewhere, or did you leave it as you saw it? Now, returning it or finding a way to get it to the owner would be a noble thing to do, but we all know how Nigerians think and how our superstitious beliefs might be, and even how would you be able to find who owed that money anyway? So for me, I would leave it, but I wonder what your own reaction will be. Leave your comments as you click like and subscribe. I'll say a bit more after I finish the next stage of the video. that wasn't half as painful as I thought it would be. Here's some advice. Whoever's listening to this thing, sometimes we just overthink things. If you've got something in your mind to do, just do it. It's not every time you have to plan ahead. There's obviously a balance that needs to be struck. For instance, I've practiced making letters like this before, so it's not like I just started today. So I have some idea of what will be required. I just overthought this process and thought it would take longer than it has. So yeah, sometimes you just need to do it. Just don't overthink it, just do it. So we have our lettering done. Lost and found. I love how this looks. It's neat. I can go ahead and remove the pencil layer. Now it's much more cleaner. I can also remove the grid lines as well. And that is it. So that's lost and found. I'm going to put in some color at this point. But before I put in the color and also deal with the gradients, I want to come back to this whole concept of lost and found, especially in Nigeria. Now, even if you never picked up money from the floor, 1 kobo, 5 kobo, whatever, have you ever stolen a piece of meat from your mom's soup pot before? It could be your dad's soup pot. It doesn't have to be your mom's soup pot. For those whose dads, were accustomed, very comfortable around the kitchen. Have you ever stolen meat from the soup pot before? If so, what kind of meat? Was it kanda? Was it shaki? Was it just beef? And it might not even be meat. You might be like me. For someone like me, what I was stealing, and I confess it openly now. It's taken me 42 years to confess this openly, but I've stolen milk from Peak Milk, when we used to have those powdered milk tins. And I remember stealing spoonfuls of it. We're not talking teaspoons, huge tablespoons of it. So I've stolen that from a milk container. I used to also take sugar when I was younger, which was so naughty of me. I think I was only caught once. But meat, no, I've never taken meat. That's a different level of theft, family theft, if you ask me. So yeah, let's keep the comments coming, guys. What has been your experience with any of the following? And you might even be, that unicorn. You've never taken anything like that before. Your life has been spotless. I would like to meet you. I'd like to shake your hand for overcoming, but sadly, I don't belong in that category. Anyway, so I have done the shape. The next thing to do is to put colors into this. Now, usually I would work with a color scheme of a gradient moving from yellow to about red. But I don't think that's what I'm going to do today. For some reason, I want to try a white to blue gradient. I hope I remember how to do that, but we'll see how I get along. I'll catch up with you with the final question I want to ask, still on my fellow Nigerian. So now I have done the sketch, done the outline, put in the block colors, turned it into a gradient. I like to finish this up. So with the finishing touches, I like to add a bit of outline, more outline, but a different color of outline to the text itself. And those who do graffiti will understand this pattern of design. I don't know if I'll call this graffiti art or pop art, but it's a usual thing to add an additional background. So let's see how that goes. Right, I think I've done most of what needs to be done. I'm just going to add, so it's going to be in black for a reason. Just looking at it, it looks really, I think it looks really good, really well planned. Just need to put a little more white here. And I think with that we should be fine. Lost and found. This isn't everything, so I'm going to add one more thing to it, which is just an accompanying message to say, where is that message? Something along the lines of please return to owner. Maybe I should take out the, I think I'm going to take out the boundaries on this one. Please let me know what you think, but I don't think it should have boundaries. So I'm going to take the boundaries out. That's quite easy to do. Yeah. It says lost and found, please return to owner. Or maybe I shouldn't take out all the boundary. Maybe what I should take out is anything from here. Yeah. Nah, I think I'll take the whole boundary out. Yeah, so I'll take the entire boundary out. Please return to owner. I don't know if that's too big or too small, too early to tell. And then finally I am going to add on the white a pen. Just a bit of effect there. Give it that shaky feeling. So all done, design finished. Slapped it on a t-shirt. There you have it, lost and found. I just love getting inspiration from, from wherever. And today's inspiration, like I told you, is the whole idea of finding something. Will you return or will you keep it for yourself? Leave your comments. I just want to end because I said I have one more question, and this is for the wives. If you found some money in your husband's pocket, would you take it for yourself? Let me know your comments. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you the next time I have a message for my fellow Nigerian. Take care now. Bye.